Hey everybody, welcome back to my music ed class. Today's instrument is the saxophone. Get ready to enjoy. Let's get started.
Good morning, students. My name is Mark Ragland. I'm here today to talk to you about the saxophone. It is a wind instrument that has been around since the 1800s. Now, it's called a wind instrument because you blow air through it and press keys to get the different sounds out of it. Now, what I'll do today is I'll show you some different types of saxophones and what they look like and what they sound like. So first, let me show you some of the components, the pieces of the saxophone, and then I'll show you one put together and what it looks like, and then I will play each one so you can hear how it sounds. So let me show you first the pieces of the saxophone. Okay, so the first part that I will show you is the mouthpiece. This is the mouthpiece, and it's made out of rubber. But these can be made out of different materials too, but I'll show you this one first. You can see there's a hole in it right there. That's where the air goes through when you put the next part of it on there, which is the reed. This reed can be made out of wood or it can be made out of plastic. This one looks like wood, but it's actually made out of plastic. So that's a very special reed that I like, that it works very well for me. The next part is what's called the ligature. Now this ligature fits onto the mouthpiece when the reed is on there and holds it all together. And I'll show that in just a moment. Next here's a cap that covers all of these when they're all put together to protect them from getting damaged. Next you have the neck, and this neck it's got a little button on top that changes the sound from high to low. You'll see when I put that on the saxophone and play it that you'll see that move on occasion. So that's the neck. Then you have the body of the saxophone. Now what I'm showing you right now is the body of an alto saxophone. So you can see that it has these various keys on it that you can press, and these will close and change the sound of the saxophone. You can see here, you can see how it's open there, and then I push it and it closes. Now this combination of pushing these together and in different patterns makes the different sounds that come out. Now right here is the bell, just like Mr. Bell, but this is on a saxophone bell. So you can see there's some keys on the side of there too that close and open, and there's all sorts of things all over. Alright, so that is what the saxophone looks like when it's not put together. And this, once again, is an alto saxophone. Now I'm going to show you a bigger saxophone. This is called a tenor saxophone. Now you'll notice that the tenor saxophone has a neck, has a mouthpiece here. This is a metal one. It has the neck, then it has the body, and the bell, just like the alto saxophone did. But let me show you and compare. Here's the neck for the alto saxophone. And notice it doesn't have the curve like the tenor saxophone. The tenor saxophone is bigger and it sounds a little bit deeper. Okay, now here is another alto saxophone, just like the first one I showed you when it was in pieces. But this one just looks a little bit different. It's got some silver and some dark silver on it. So this is kind of different, but it sounds pretty much the same, maybe just a little bit different. And there is the mouthpiece that has the reed on the bottom, that has the ligature that holds it all together, and then it's on the neck, and then it goes into the body of the saxophone. And last but not least, you have a soprano saxophone. Look at that. It is just straight. It's a very high sound. It also has the same mouthpiece with a reed and a ligature to hold it all together. Now you'll notice it doesn't have a separate neck. This is all one piece all together. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to play each one for you so you can hear how each one sounds. Okay, so let's listen to how they sound. This is the first one. This is that tenor saxophone with that curve in the neck, and it's a little bit bigger. So it's going to sound a little bit deeper than the others. Okay, here we go. That's a tenor saxophone. All right, let's move on to the alto saxophone. Remember, it's a little bit smaller, so it sounds a little bit higher. Now, this is one I just purchased, so I'm still learning how to play it a little bit, but I really like it. Okay, here we go. All right, so that's the alto saxophone. Remember, it's got the straight neck on it right here. It's a little different color on this one than the first one I showed you. All right, let's move on to the last one I have, which is a soprano saxophone. And this is the one that was straight, just straight. Okay, and this one is going to be a little bit higher even than the last one, than the alto saxophone. All right, let's take a listen to this one. That's how it sounds. That's the soprano. All right, students. Well, that's all the information I have for you today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and maybe someday you guys will be picking up a saxophone and playing it also. Take care, God bless, and we'll talk to you again sometime. Goodbye now.
And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that saxophone playing and the different elements that make up the saxophone. Looking forward to seeing you in the next class. Enjoy your day. We'll see you soon.